Good morning. Today we are doing a solve with me exercise on active and passive voice for the 12th standard. The first sentence is Beaucoup de belles plages seront trouvées ici. The moment you see être being conjugated in the sentence, you know it is the passive voice. Okay. So now there is no subject here because there is no par. Therefore, you know that your subject in the active voice has to be. Okay. Now, seront is in the simple future. The participle is of the verb trouver. So you put trouver into the simple future tense, you get it as trouvera. Okay, and beaucoup de belles plages, the entire thing is your object. So it comes here, beaucoup de belles plages, and what is left, you keep it at the end. When AC is left, keep it there. Okay, so on trouvera beaucoup de belles plages ici. The second one, l'université accueille les étudiants espagnols toute l'année. So this is in the active voice because you have a subject, verb, and then the object. Accueillir is to welcome. Okay, so you take this, the Spanish students is your entire thing is your object, so you get it to the front. Okay, we're writing the passive voice. So les étudiants espagnols. Now accueil is in the simple present tense, so you have to put être in the present tense for les étudiants will be sont. And then you take the participle of accueillir. The verb is accueillir, A-C-C-U-E-I-L-L-I-R. It's an IR, the participle becomes I. So the participle is accueillir, and then you have to agree with les étudiants, which is a masculine plural. Okay. Then you have to put par and the subject. The subject is l'université, and then whatever is left, you keep it at the end. Toute l'année. Okay, next one. La mère chercherait les enfants au parc. This is again in the active voice because you can see subject, verb, object. Okay, so in the passive voice, you take the object to the front, les enfants, and you take the subject to the end. So it will become par la mère. Now, chercherait is in which tense? It is the verb chercher. In which tense? It is the present conditional. Okay, so you will have to take être in the present conditional, which will be serait, right? And then you have to take the participle of chercher, which is chercher. Now agree it with les enfants, masculine, plural. So it gets an S. Whatever is left at the end, keep it at the end. Les enfants seraient cherchés par la mère au parc. Okay, fourth one. Il construit une nouvelle maison pour ses parents. So this is again in the active voice because you have subject, verb, object. This is the extra bit of it. So in the passive voice, you take the object to the start. It will become une nouvelle maison. Construit is in the present tense. So you put être for une nouvelle maison in the present becomes ESTA. Participle of construire is construit. Now it is une nouvelle maison. Feminine singular gets an E here. Okay. Now par, in the passive voice we require the par, and when you take words like il, tu, il plural, when they go to the end of the sentence, they transform into their emphatic equivalents. So it becomes par lui, pour ses parents. Okay, then the fifth one, un pauvre chien était renversé par la voiture noire. This is in the passive voice because you can see était, a form of être followed by the participle. So in the active voice, okay, this la voiture noire is your new subject, whatever comes after par. Okay, so la voiture noire. The verb here you can make out is renverser, okay, which is to run over. Renverser, it is été is in the imparfait, so you have to put renverser into the imparfait for la voiture noire becomes renversé, and then you take the object, un pauvre chien. Next one, les jeunes n'utilisent pas le portable. Now whenever you have a negation, just take it out of the sentence, okay, and then you put it back in after you're done transforming. This is a simple present tense in the active voice. To make it passive, you will take le portable to the end, okay, and then you will take les jeunes, so you'll take le portable to the start, you will take par les jeunes to the end. Utilise is utiliser in the simple present, so you put être in the present for le portable, it will be a. Participle of utiliser is utiliser, E accent. Now, there is no agreement because le portable is masculine singular. Now, you put back the negation. You know the negation wraps itself around the first verb. So, you have A here. The negation will wrap around it. N'est pas. Le portable n'est pas utilisé par les jeunes. Okay, so that is what you do when you have a negation. Then, les copains seront aidés par eux après une heure. So, seront aidés, you can clearly see a future here of être. So, you have to write in the active. The given sentence is in the passive. Okay, so par eux. Eux is the emphatic form of il. Okay, il becomes eux in the passive voice. So, if you have eux in the passive voice, it has to become il in the active voice. Okay, so your object is les copains seront aidés. So, seront is in the simple future. Your verb is aider. You put aider in the simple future for il. It will be ils aideront. Okay, les copains. And then whatever is left, write it as it is. Après une heure. 8.1, une réponse était donnée. This is in the passive voice. You can see être being conjugated. Now there is no par here, which indicates that your subject is absent. You have to write a subject as on. Okay. Now une réponse is the object that will go to the end. Okay, été is in which tense? Été is être in the imperfect. The actual verb here is donner. So you put donner into the imperfect for on. You get it as on donner. Okay. So les Alpes en France offrent de vastes domaines skiables. This is in the active voice because you can see subject, verb, and then the object. Okay, so you bring the object to the front. De vastes domaines skiables. Okay, and you take the subject to the end is les Alpes en France. Okay, now deal with the verb. The verb here is offrir in the simple present tense. So you have to put être in the simple present tense for vastes domaines skiables will become sont. The past participle of offrir is offert, O-F-F-E-R-T. The vastes domaines skiables is masculine plural, so it will get an S. Okay, and then par. De vastes domaines skiables sont offerts par les Alpes en France. Le vieil homme portait un chapeau rouge. This is in the active voice, subject, verb, object. So in the passive voice, you get the object to the front, un chapeau rouge. Okay, you take the subject to the end is le vieil homme. Porter is a verb porter in the imperfect. So you put être in the imperfect for un chapeau rouge était. Participle of porter is porter. There is no agreement because chapeau is masculine singular. Then you have to put par. 11th one, cette industrie sera développée en Afrique. Now this is again in the passive voice because you can see être being used in a tense. Okay, so there is no par, which means there is no subject. You take the subject as on. Okay, sera is être in the future tense. The verb here is développer. So you put développer in the simple future tense for on. Okay, then cette industrie is your object, and then whatever is left en Afrique remains at the end. Okay, 12th one, un autre client achète cette voiture. So this is in the active voice in the simple present tense. So in the passive voice, cette voiture comes to the start. Okay, un autre client will go to the end. Achète is acheter in the simple present tense, so you put être in the present tense for voiture. Participle of acheter is acheter. Cette voiture, feminine singular, you put an extra e, and then you have to put par. Okay, cette voiture est achetée par un autre client. Then une longue lettre serait écrite par Annie. This is in the passive voice. You can see être used here in the present conditional. So your active voice will be whatever is after par comes to the front. You have Annie here. Then your object is une longue lettre. Okay. Now serait is in your present conditional. Écrite is the past participle of écrit. So you have to put écrire in your present conditional. It will be écrire. Okay. On vend ce journal partout. This is on is only in the active voice. Straight away you know it's the active voice. You have to change it into passive. So ce journal is your object. Okay, whenever you have on, it disappears in the passive voice, so you have no par also. Vont is vont in the present tense, so you have to put être in the present, it will be est. Participle of vont is vendu, journal masculine singular, so no agreement, and whatever is left remains at the end, partout. Ce journal est vendu partout. Then la banque était fermée pendant l'hiver. This is in the passive voice. You can see être been conjugated. There is no subject, so your active voice's subject becomes on. The object is la banque, so that will come at the end. Était fermé. The verb here is fermer, to close. Okay, était is in the imperfect. So you put fermer into the imperfect, it will become fermé. Okay, pendant l'hiver. That remains at the end. Okay, so it becomes on fermait la banque pendant l'hiver. Hope you've understood these 15 sentences on active passive. I'm sure you'll do really well at your board exams. Thank you.